All right, hey guys, welcome to, this is Heather with Underwater Panther. Welcome to my Polarity series. I've got multiple different series going on at once. My computer keeps making noises. I apologize. I'm going to shut that off real quick. All right, so welcome to the Polarity Integration series, a journey into the real architecture of the masculine and feminine. And this is not dealing with personality types specifically. So I have many different series going on at once. This is the individual collective masculine and feminine. All right, so this episode is the return of the sacred masculine. Men aren't lost, they're between archetypes. The old masculine is dying, the new masculine isn't fully born yet. And the world is standing in the space between, waiting for the men who will carry the next era. And yes, it's very cold in here, and you're going to see my breath. So that's what's going on. All right, so section 1, the masculine didn't break, the world removed its blueprint. What looks like a masculine crisis is actually a blueprint crisis. For most of history, boys became men through apprenticeship, tribal contribution, elder-guided initiation, spiritual rites, masculine responsibility, and community-defined purpose. Today's men have none of that. Men are not weak. They were never handed the map. You cannot build a cathedral without architectural plans, and you cannot build a man without initiation. What you're seeing isn't male failure, it's the absence of a masculine infrastructure. A generation raised without guidance, rights, community holders, fathers who were emotionally present, or systems that honored masculine identity. It will not produce the sacred masculine. We cannot produce the sacred masculine by accident. This is a pathology. This is the fallout of cultural collapse. And collapse is simply the precondition for rebirth. Distinguishing the false masculine from the real thing. Many women today have never met an embodied masculine man. They've only met the false masculine, which imitates strength but lacks soul. The false masculine is loud but not grounded, dominant but not protective, controlling but not leading, rigid but not disciplined, performative but not purposeful. It is ego dressed as authority. It was created by empire, war culture, colonization, capitalism, religious control systems, and patriarchal distortions. It survived a purpose in old world survival structures, but it cannot survive in an Aquarian age where authenticity replaces dominance. The false masculine must die. What the sacred masculine actually feels like. The sacred masculine is internal architecture, not outward performance. He is not alpha, he is anchored. He is not stoic, he is self-governed. He is not emotionally numb, he is emotionally responsible. He doesn't suppress the feminine, he creates the space where the feminine can breathe. His qualities include presence, the ability to stay, not run, direction, the capacity to orientate himself and others, integrity, words and actions aligned, devotion to purpose, partnership, and soul, accountability, owning his shadow without collapsing, courage, meeting fear, not avoiding it, containment, structure that protects without confining. The sacred masculine is not performative strength, it is energetic reliability. Women don't fall for the masculine because he is strong, they fall because he is safe. The psychological initiation, how sacred masculinity is forged. Masculine awakening is born in the place where comfort ends. The masculine grows through pressure, purpose, boundaries, responsibility, service, and self-confrontation, not through praise, validation, or external approval. The sacred masculine emerges when a man meets the parts of himself he once avoided. His anger learns to channel, not explode. His shame learns to own, not deny. His fear learns to face, not collapse. His insecurity learns to separate from identity. Most men today are not emotionally unavailable, they're emotionally uninitiated. They were taught to numb, not navigate. And you cannot lead with a heart you cannot feel. Mythological initiation, why every masculine archetype must die first. Mythology paints the masculine journey with brutal honesty. Every masculine god king dies before he becomes sacred. Odin sacrifices himself for wisdom, masculine initiation through surrender. Osiris dismembered before he becomes divine masculine protector. Jesus descends into the underworld before resurrection. The masculine does not awaken through success. It awakens through underworld transformation. This is the stage modern men are collectively inhabiting. This is not regression. It is a rite of passage. The astrological reason why the sacred masculine returns between 2025 and 2044. This era carries the exact cosmic architecture required for masculine rebirth. So Pluto in Capricorn was 2008 through 2023, and the Pluto is the generational collective grid work. So that is what I'm talking about. So Pluto in Capricorn, collapse of corrupted father systems, political, financial, governmental breakdown, exposure of decayed masculine authority. And we now have Pluto in Aquarius, 2023 through 2044, dissolves ego identities, reinvents masculine purpose in service of community, awakens the protector archetype over the conqueror. So Saturn represents and restores the wise elder masculine, rebuilds boundaries and responsibility. Mars represents shifting from warfare to stewardship. The North Node in Aries, that will be in 2025 through 2027. Collective masculine initiation, the new warrior archetype. Astrology does not remove the masculine, it reforges it. The relationship blueprint, how sacred masculinity changes polar dynamics. When a man rises into sacred masculinity, the entire relationship architecture transforms. He becomes emotionally accessible without losing strength, grounded enough to hold space for emotion, clear enough to dissolve feminine anxiety, reliable enough for the feminine to relax, present enough for polarity to ignite, accountable enough for trust to rebuild. Women soften not because they're told to, but because their nervous system recognizes safety. Safety creates surrender, structure creates softness, presence creates devotion. Polarity is not dominance and submission. Let me repeat myself. Polarity is not dominance and submission. It is energetic reciprocity. The masculine leads with clarity, the feminine leads with intuition. Together they form a complete circuit. The sacred masculine does not diminish the feminine, he amplifies her. The false masculine competes with the feminine. The sacred masculine collaborates with her. He understands her softness is not weakness, her intuition is not irrational, her emotion is not instability, her power is not a threat, her sovereignty is not rebellion. He does not fear her depth, he meets it. He does not punish her sensitivity, he cherishes it. He does not silence her wisdom, he seeks it. A woman in her feminine does not intimidate an ascended man. She initiates him into more. What this era is asking of men and women. This era is not returning us to old gender roles. It is returning us to energetic truth. The sacred masculine is rising because society needs protectors, not predators. Families need structure, not dominance. Women need stability, not suppression. Children need fathers, not ghosts. Communities need leadership, not tyranny. This era demands men who can feel without collapsing, lead without controlling, protect without imprisoning, love without losing self, serve without self erasing, and women who can receive without shrinking, soften without losing boundaries, trust without self abandoning, and empower without emasculating. This is not gender war, it is gender restoration. So, in closing, the masculine did not vanish, it went underground into the wounds, the shadows, the silence to remember itself. The masculine we knew was built for an old world. The masculine that's rising is built for a new one. Not the tyrant, not the boy, not the counterfeit warrior, but the man who leads with soul, the man whose presence softens storms, the man whose purpose restores order, the man whose strength liberates, not dominates. The sacred masculine is not returning, he is awakening. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment your feelings and thoughts on this, and I will see you in the next video.